everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, I've got these two beautiful girls in the kitchen tonight, Valerie and Christina. It took me a few years to learn I can't believe it. They look completely different. But when I first met them, you say, which one are you?
Long hair, Valerie.
I used to have long hair as well.
You've had lots of styles.
Okay, grey hair, Valerie.
I was looking at this before. Is this a new colour? You put a silver in it. Yeah, looks fab. So anyhow, these two beautiful girls are in the kitchen. In fact, they've been here since Friday and they're desperate to go home. But they couldn't go home until they do you a wonderful demo. And what are we making tonight?
Of course. So,
what are we going to make then?
Do we know?
Well, we just decided last minute that we are going to do an autumn
woodland cake.
Woodland cake.
Yes. That's what we like. See, that's what we like. Just got to think on the spot. They had no freaking idea, so we went back.
Well, because Carol said, you're not going home without doing a live, right? It's like, oh yeah, pretending that we knew what we were doing, but yeah. So yes.
So these lovely ladies are here for you tonight. They're going to show you how to use their... Oh, where are they gone? I put them somewhere.
There you go.
There they are. They're going to show you how to use their fabulous cake cloths. And any of you guys who've got these cake cloths, let everybody know how fabulous they are, because these are amazing. And they're going to show you how to use these. They're going to show you how to use their scrapers, 2 sizes, their pin. You know I love this pin.
Flower nail.
Holder. So, and they're going to show you loads of hints and tricks tonight. So make sure, and the other thing is pop over to their page and like their page. It's always nice when we've got a guest in. Pop over, like their page, let them know what you think and everything. And those people who've seen Valerie and Christina before, you've bought their books. Their books are on Amazon. You can buy them direct from you, can't you? Go and tell them what page you're on.
So it's going to visit queenofartscouturecakes.com. So we've got that. Same name for
Instagram, for Facebook. We don't do Twitter as much.
Yeah.
No,
but,
we don't use
we don't do
guys,
Twitter,
Anyone else who's on Twitter? Yeah.
But anyway, you've missed the tweet. It's gone. There's the tweet. Where's it gone? Tweet. Oh.
Yeah, we go on Twitter for news. That's it.
Yeah.
Just in the news. Yeah.
Oh, she does. I don't.
I just don't get it. And you know what? God bless Jackie Heaton and Rob Allen. I was going to call her Jackie Allen. Sorry, Jackie. I keep marrying them off because they're always together. But I was going to say, but Jackie has showed me so many times how to use Twitter, and I still can't get it. I can't find the picture. I can't follow the conversation. Anyhow, forget that. So we're here with Facebook and our YouTubers.
Yes.
In the kitchen, we have Laura and Karen in the kitchen tonight. Maria is on holidays and in the sunshine, enjoying herself. Shelley is not here this evening. So Karen is learning how to do the camera work. So if you have any mishaps or you will get some strange filming, it's Karen. We're doing their job. And then Karen's got to practice the lovely speech that Laura's going to tell us.
Wow.
No pressure, Karen. So can we say hello?
Hi.
So come on then, Laura.
So thanks for joining us everyone this evening. If you've got anyone new to the Facebook Lives, just say hi, introduce yourself. We aim to have a very friendly and helpful community watching the lives and also on our Facebook group. So if you've got any questions that are relevant to this evening's live, by all means post it in the comments. We will try and get around to you, but unfortunately the feed moves very, very quickly. So if we do miss you, we will come back tomorrow and we will go through all the comments and the questions and we will answer them for you. And the girls are fantastic, and we know Valerie and Christina do it as well. Yeah, we'll let them off tonight. We might let them get some sleep, but maybe tomorrow.
Yes. And you can also tag us on your questions so that we don't miss it, because the thread could be really long.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay, but just don't tag us forever, right?
No. That's a really good idea.
Date night's not good, is it?
You can time.
Yeah, absolutely. So if there's anything that you're interested in purchasing that you see on the live this evening, just head over to our website. It's sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. I will be flashing up details of the products and the prices as we go along this evening, just so hopefully you can make note of those.
Unless they surprise us with something.
Yes. throw us
Every
out.
guest surprises us with something. When did you mention that bit?
Yeah. But everything's on the website, so you can either search by brand, you can use the search function at the top of the website, or you can head over to the new section which is called Facebook Live Must-Haves, and everything will be detailed in there. It's all in one section, nice and easy to find. If you can't stay with us for the full live this evening, or you miss any of the parts, don't worry, because you can catch up on Facebook once we're finished. So the whole live will be pinned to the top of the Facebook page. And like Carol said, it's also streaming on YouTube, but it gets saved on there as well. So we will be making some small footage of 1 minute videos. Just obviously it depends on the content this evening as to what we get through. But there should be some 1 minute videos that are put together by Maria and Shelley, and then they will also get posted on Facebook and also onto YouTube. Just a very quick one for if anybody is new this evening. This is a Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, and what happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. So we've got our hair down, you'll see us touching our faces and things like that. You don't need to worry, none of this is for sale. It's for personal consumption should we wish to eat it. But don't worry, it doesn't normally get a chance to leave the kitchen. It normally gets eaten well before it gets through the doors. Yep. So just to reiterate that for anyone who's new and hasn't watched the lives before, the main part is to enjoy it.
Yeah,
and that's what's most important.
Did you get that, Karen?
Laura, look, you type it out
I've
for
told
me.
you need to just record it.
Did you two get that? Is she good?
Yeah,
Brilliant, isn't she?
Really good.
Is she not reading anything?
No.
And
the
you
other
were not
one.
reading anything. Yeah, so I was actually looking at your eyes if you were like reading.
focused.
No,
She
guys,
don't want to look at you
I
because she wants that
I
laughing.
can't look at anyone when I do
she
it.
was not reading anything. That was really good.
Very good. You should do that.
So we're going to make an autumn cake today, an impromptu cake for you. The girls have been doing classes this weekend. The classes have been fantastic, and we've had this lovely Indian summer, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Hot in here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So look, really, really nice weekend. Shame really she had to do cake classes. We could have just sunbathed. But anyhow, we had a great time. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to let Valerie and Christina move out the way a minute because I'm going to tell you about some new goodies, and then I'm going to get them back in, and they're just going to finish off some little bits up there, and we'll get them back in, and then they're going to do the demo, and Laura and I will start shouting out questions, and we might even let Karen have a little go at the camera.
Yeah. See you guys in a bit. Yeah.
We'll think
And
about
how's
it.
our
if we don't
crowd
come back.
doing? Is our crowd doing nicely?
Good, yeah. It's always a popular show when Valerie and Christina are here.
Oh,
So
wow. Thank you,
the
guys.
numbers always growing. Really, really good audience. And Karen, your mum's watching. You've got to say hi. Hi, Iris.
So Irish Shuttleworth. And what I will do is I will nip out afterwards and go and get the girls' books. I never thought to bring them in
Yes.
because their books are amazing. So when you watch this tonight, you will want to either go to Amazon or you want to go to the girls' page and buy the books.
Yeah.
They've got 4 books now, haven't
Yes.
you?
And actually, a part of
I thought he was going to drop a 5th one on me.
I
I'm first.
No, a part of the tutorial that we're going to do today is from one of our books.
Book
So,
4.
which would be good.
Book 4, yeah.
Fantastic.
You didn't
Well,
know that, right?
But what I'll do is I'll go and get those books and we can pop those up as
Okay.
well. So I'm just
All
going to
right.
move the girls out the way a minute, tell you about some new things that are in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Unless you want to stay there, I don't
That
really know.
way, this
We're
way,
gonna go this way.
Yeah,
So
don't
you
trip
can
over my wire. Right, okay. Cake Decoration Sugarcraft magazine. We are going to be in the next 3 editions, okay? We're actually going to be in October, November and December. We're having a double page spread, lots of hints and tips on there, and we're also going to go and do some lives on their page. So there will be a little itinerary in October's telling you when we're going to go over to their page and do some lives directly with them. Lots of hints and tips from me. I can't believe it, they've asked me for hints and tips. Are you joking? What your hobby baker? Don't say that word.
Wing it. Just wing it.
Wing it. I should have put that every question. Wing it. Throw it on. Slap it here.
Rustic.
Rustic. So, but Cake Decoration and Sugarcraft magazine, they are doing an offer. If you subscribe to them, you get 5 issues for £5. So please pop over there. The link is on our website. I'll also put it to the top of this live afterwards. If you go onto... Pardon?
There's a leaflet on all the orders that are leaving us at the moment as well.
Oh, right, they're going out now, are they? Oh, there you go. So the leaflets have arrived and they're going out in every order. So if you've had a recent order, pick up that leaflet, subscribe. They're great magazines, loads of people in them. Natalie Porter's in them, lots of people. So do join it. There's loads of lovely things. And you know what? These magazines are just so nice to keep. So pop over and see them. And also you can read about us. How cool is that? So never been in a magazine before. Well, not a clean one anyhow. Sorry, talking about my younger years.
This is live.
I don't know what you filthy girls are thinking about. I was talking about.
Yeah, let's not even go there. We've not got the rolling pin out yet.
Okay, so I know so many of you are excited today. Karen Davies launched her new mould, and who has them first? Sugar and Crumbs. We've got them here. So I thought I'd just show them. They've already been released. You've already had your newsletter about them. So, but they're all in, and they are fantastic. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's part of a new collection that Karen and Alice are doing together, and they are stunning. So which camera are we going to go to, Laura? Oh, and every one is the recipe, because they recommend, they're going to call it their cookie collaboration. Forget what they're going to call them, actually. Isn't that bad? I forgot already. Put it down to age. I'm nearly 58 and knackered. So anyhow, so you do get the recipe in there. Now they have give you the recipe with the caster sugar, but Karen has made the cookies with our gingerbread flavour, and she said they were absolutely delicious. So I got a panic call last week. Karen sent over a load of flavours, so we sent them over, and then she went, oh, these taste yummy. And I was thinking, well, you have tasted them before. But anyhow, the gingerbread flavour she may not have, and she really did like. So this is the first new one, and this one is called Christmas Cookie Mould 2019. I'll show you the picture, and you can make these 3 characters from it. Can you see?
Yeah.
So you can make these 3 characters with it, and aren't they beauties? And there's a cake decorated, and there is the mould. It is massive. Look, you can see how big my hand is. That's how big the characters are. So lovely. Really looking forward to using that, and it's perfect for the cookies. I can understand why Karen is calling them cookie ones.
The details, beautiful.
Absolutely. And then, so we get this one, and then this next one is called, just hang on a second. This one's called Gingerbread Cookie Mould. And there we go, can you see?
Come over to this side a little bit more. Yep. Beautiful, that one.
Love it, isn't it?
I love the little people.
And let me tell you something about them, yeah.
I just want to bite them.
So there, if you just want to just bake the biscuits. And there's babies.
Oh,
Look at that. Babies, there's a family. So let's have a look at this. So if we pull this over, pull that one over, and I've got the right mode, haven't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go, look. And then see there's a ribbon. Sorry. So there's a ribbon that you can put on her hair. There's some little holly, baby, love heart, 2 grown-up children. There's the boy.
Oh, they
Isn't that
are
lovely,
so
that?
cute.
Cute, isn't it? So we've got that one. Then we've got the, what's this one? This one is called Knitwear Cookie Mould. So look at that. So you all love the knitwear. You know when Karen was in earlier this year?
Yeah.
So you all did the knitwear with her. She loved it. You all went mad for those gloves, and you wanted cutters for gloves. Well, she's come up with a fantastic idea. She must have left that live and thought, I've got an idea. So look.
They're lovely.
Aren't they? So that one's great. And there is the mould. So now you don't need a cutter.
No.
You get it?
Yep.
So you don't need a cutter. So you got a big glove, little glove, hat, jumper. What's that there?
With the pom-poms for the
pom-poms.
gloves, you know, to
Little
join the mittens and stuff
snowflakes.
like that.
Look at that. How fabulous is that?
That's what I love about the Karen Davies molds though, because you don't just get like 2 or 3 items, you get all those little bits extra,
don't
all
you?
the
It's
snowflakes
fantastic.
and everything.
I love them. Absolutely love them. So then we've got this one, and this one is called Wedding Cookie Mould. So there we go. Can you see?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
A
just
lot
turn
on
that
there.
round. So you can see you get a diamond ring.
Oh.
If you can't afford to buy you one, you can buy you a cookie. So you got the wedding cake. You've got the heart. These are great for wedding favours, aren't they? Is that what you're clocking for your brother? Sorry, brother.
No, it's alright, don't worry. No, I'm doing a little bride-to-be gift pack for the night before. So,
Oh, are you?
yeah, they'll be perfect.
Look at that. Now, don't we all want a diamond like that
Oh,
one?
God, yes, please.
Hey, who's got one of them? You
Future
see them,
husband,
girls?
please take note.
Hey, yeah. Where is it?
I said future husband, please
Future
take
husband.
note.
Have we found the future
No,
husband?
sorry,
Have we found
no.
a boyfriend yet?
No.
Any boyfriends out there? Laura's available.
I'll make it
3.
I hope that we've only got 5 men and they're all married.
30 to 40 years old.
As far as I know, we have 5 male followers.
And is able to get those kind of like
Yeah. So any of you know any available young bachelors out there? We have 3 ladies in the kitchen. And if they're any good, I might look at them. So sorry, John, mate, but you have to take your opportunities when you can. So,
Me too.
should have been in the kitchen a few hours and I've got ready. And then there's this mould, the baby cookie mould. Now, we have to say congratulations to Alice. So Karen has just had her 3rd grandchild. So she's got 2 little boys by 1 daughter. And then Alice, who makes moulds and works alongside Karen and Barry, has just had a little girl. So congratulations, Alice. And then she has come up with this mould. Not surprising either. So there we go. Look at that. How cute is that?
Oh, that's lovely.
So we've got a little teddy, we've got a little jumpsuit, we've got a rattle, bottle, little baby banner. There it is in blue. How lovely is that?
They're lovely.
Yep. Then let's show you the mould. So get shopping. They're all available on the website.
There it is. They're
Yeah,
really good
all of
sizes.
those, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So then we have some more exciting news. We're doing a live next week with Karen, and we're actually going to her studio because she's actually just moved premises and she's got loads of cakes down there. So we're going to, loads of cakes, loads of demos, and she brings loads here, as you know, when she comes and does the lives. But we thought we'd give you a change of venue. So Laura, Maria and I are trotting off down there. We may as well take Karen as well so that she knows what it's like. She doesn't know she's going to be dragged off on a Monday night. I'm not paying her though. But anyhow.
I just got fresh fun.
Karen's treating us for tea. How good is that? Pub lunch. So, yeah, all of that. So, Karen Davies. Sorry. So we're going over to Karen Davies. So it will be on our page. So don't worry, it'll be as normal. It'll be on our page, but we're going to be in the studio of Karen Davies next week. So, and then in October, what are we doing then after that? So then we're at Cake and Bake. Okay,
Yes.
so we're at Cake and Bake. We're going to do a walk round at Cake and Bake, show you everybody who exhibits in there. We're going to introduce you to Cake Decoration and Sugar Craft magazine. We're going to do a little demo on our stand, and we are going to go over to the Amy Sweet Stamps, and we're going to do a live there. Not all at the same time, but it will be happening through the 3 days of the show. So we're going to make sure you don't miss out on the show. We're going to do the same in November with Cake International. We're going to Cake International now because Cake International have said they are standing by brands. They're not allowing copies anymore. If there's any copy sellers there, they're going to be told to take their rubbish with them and throw it out the door. And if they don't, you know what's going to happen, don't you? so I feel very confident in going there and exhibiting our products without having to sit opposite watching a copy seller selling copies of my products. And that's what it's all about. And not that you guys know that you can go to the show, buy with confidence that you're buying a quality product from the original brand maker. And that's all that we ask these show people to do. And that's all you expect to do, isn't it? So, should I move off? Yeah.
No pressure, but yeah.
These
Should
two,
we get on
these
with
two
the
are like,
live?
yeah, can you get off now? So anyhow, I'm going to get off and I'm going to put Valerie and Christina back in. So come on girls, come on over.
Oh, like they're fighting to get on screen now.
They're hoping some bloke's going to eye them up.
I'm not going to stay here, Carol. Okay,
Right.
so.
Hopefully this is not a squeaky chair.
It's not gonna move. What are we gonna do today?
What did we say we're going to do? We're going to do like
Autumn woodland cake.
Yes, all
You
right.
always end up doing an impromptu cake, you two. You
Oh,
have an
yeah.
idea, don't you? But
Yeah.
you're so good though, I love it.
We just wanted to prepare all the colors and then just decide later on.
Yes.
Super.
Okay, right. So we've got, well, Carol did bake all of the cakes.
Yes,
And I would
my own
say
homemade cake.
they're really, really nice.
Why are you saying that was a surprise?
Oh, because we're not big fans of like super dense, heavy cakes. And then when I was
It's really
trying to
spongy. cake.
unwrap it was really good. It's so.
It's made with our
Do you
flavoured
have
icing
this
sugar.
recipe for everyone?
It's just a normal Victoria sponge,
Is
but
it?
all I've done is I swapped the caster sugar for icing sugar.
So it's lighter.
Yeah, it's
Makes
lighter.
sense.
Yeah. If you need
I'm
to,
gonna copy that.
yeah. I think the type of cake you're going to make, it's perfect. I think if you want to make a big one for like a 3-tier, 5-tier wedding cake, it's probably
The denser.
yeah.
That's
You need a Madeira cake.
Okay.
Okay, right. So it's
What
already.
did you do?
I was trying to taste it.
Oh, talking about sneakers. Sorry guys, I've got to come in again. So the girls arrived on Friday. And I'm on a diet.
You're not living.
Yeah. Okay,
So-
so
They
Oh,
said we
yes.
brought a little bit of the Philippines with you,
Yes.
and a little bit of Australia. My grandchildren Australian love these. So I said I can't have them on our diet. One packet is gone and was gone within 20 minutes. These are so good. And then I've tried one of these, and then they said, oh, you should try doing it this way. We've got
Think
bite off
I'm
each
slams.
the
corner.
slams.
dip it in.
Any one of you guys? I'm
Yeah,
sure there are
really.
two in
See?
Australia. See,
Cheers.
I love that.
Yeah, I've got a friend in Australia. to
Oh,
be
there you
fair.
go. We
They were
tried
telling me
it.
what to do. I went, I'm not doing it. I'll just end up in a chocolate
You can
mess.
do it live next week.
Carol.
It could end up well, or it could end up a disaster.
It will be a disaster.
Yeah.
If I did it, it'd be a disaster.
Like she's gonna get the book.
Right. I'm
Oh
back.
yeah, Carol, you were gonna
The
get
book.
your books, right?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay, so they're all pre-baked, but as you can see, normally once the cakes are baked, if you put too high temperature, sometimes the middle
It's
bit
really domey.
it domes a little bit or it rises too much. So if that's the case, then you should trim it off. Now, Carol did a really good job in baking these.
You can be naughty, Carol's not here.
No, but seriously, that's why we didn't trim all of the cakes because
Nice and flat.
they're pretty flat. So, and the theme of the cake is rustic, but not too rustic. You'll see
Yeah.
you'll see what we mean later on. But yeah, so we're not very into the sharp edges and a very smooth finish. So I think we'll just let these be. Okay, so
It's okay, don't worry.
I have a spare one.
okay, so should I put this? Yeah, is that
Wherever you
okay?
want to put it, don't
Yeah, all right.
worry.
Yeah. So have your board ready and assistant. That's not the.
No, this is
The
the flavored
flavored,
one.
yeah.
I'm trying to smell the
Those are the
sugar.
flavored ones, I think. This is a plain one, yeah. Okay.
Flavor.
Huh?
That's a flavored one.
The girls are just
It's a
trying to, the girls are just trying to work out
Yeah, 'cause
if
you
we've
meant
got
these-
flavoured ones
This
or
is not
plain.
flavored. This is flavored. This
See,
is
you
caramel
don't know the
sugar.
difference,
There
but
you go.
it smells really good. So those
Tastes
are.
even better.
Yeah. All right. So I'll put a little bit of buttercream just to stick the bottom layer of cake.
We just wanted to find something to argue about every day.
Yeah.
Sugar would be a good
Actually.
start. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna spread it off a little bit.
Do you want me here? Do you want me away?
Okay, you're good. You're good.
I cannot find the Caesar.
Okay, so just make sure when you put your cakes together, make sure not to forget
Yes.
if you put any liners, okay? You don't want to have the cake with paper on. Okay, so position it right into the middle of your cake. Okay,
Is it
and
in
then
the center?
I think so. Yeah, there you go. And then you can put pressure just so it sticks there pretty much. And then, now if you guys trim your cakes, isn't it that you'll notice a little bit of tiny holes in there? A lot of people, when they're filling it, they just put a nice spiral and then even out the top
Yeah.
without putting any pressure. Just make sure to really, when you spread it out, put a little bit of pressure and make sure to fill those tiny holes, because if you don't, so sometimes when you put the cakes together, those tiny holes will actually create air pockets. And
Right.
so when you cover your cake, the air pockets go to the side. Sometimes you get bulging.
Yeah.
She's got too much hands.
Yeah, you know, like this.
She's like,
But since I didn't trim my cake, so I'm just going to even that out.
so we decided 2 minutes ago that she's going to cover the cake, give that woodland effect, and I'm going to try to do all the flowers on top of the cake.
Yep, so that's the plan.
Well,
See
she
how-
decided. I didn't decide. So
Okay, so as I'm spreading, as you can see, I'm not very particular that, you know, some of it goes to the side, because actually you need those a little bit of excess
Yep.
to fill that up.
Yep.
Okay, so don't worry too much about it. There you go. And then there's, I'm gonna put the middle one.
Valerie, it's messy.
Sorry. There you go. And for the filling, of course, you can put whatever you like. Carol, what flavor is this one?
I've got a
Banana? Banana
Can you smell it? It's banana. I think it is banana.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think we did it with banana with salted caramel buttercream.
Ooh,
Do you remember when I had to use all my
Banana is salted.
stuff up last week. Not last week, a couple of weeks ago. They've been in the freezer, those cakes, by the way, as well. Some people don't like to freeze sponges, but I do.
Well,
do you ever freeze cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we do sometimes.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I never froze cake. I always thought make them and then do them fresh. But then somebody said, oh, they taste so much nicer when they've been in the freezer. And I have to say, I agree.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think you seal it and
Yeah.
then
The flavor is kind of cured.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love them.
and I would say another advantage of freezing your cakes or resting your cakes is that because sometimes when it is baked, sometimes it continuously shrinks a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you assemble your cakes straight away after you've baked it, sometimes
There's a
those
big tendency.
tiny shrinkage
Yeah. No, it's true.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Again would create those air pockets.
Yeah.
So there.
Roughly how much buttercream would you say that we've used so far?
Christina.
Sorry.
For the size of a cake is going to be 8 inches, 8 by 4. You're going to use about 1.5 batches or 2 batches.
Okay.
To fill and cover your cake.
Okay, and I'm on to my last. So if you're aiming for
See,
something,
show them how nicely baked
it
they are.
is,
and they
it is really, really nice.
can make a nice sponge,
Yeah.
me.
So if you're aiming for a really nice flat top, then you could use this, or otherwise if you're not really worried, then it's okay either way. But let me just do it this way. All right,
This is 8 by 6 now.
really nice.
Yeah.
So in this way, it will show the side, the wood effect, or the tree stump, whatever you call it. Whatever you call it. There you go. So see, this part is what I was talking about earlier with the gaps. So, and this is where it comes very handy if you put the filling or the buttercream in a piping bag because you can control it as well.
And did you notice you didn't have to trim the top of my cakes?
Uh-huh.
I didn't.
'Cause
I did mention that when you were away.
If you were there.
Yeah, we were not
Was
naughty.
it getting praise while I was away? If you bake long and slow, you don't have to.
Uh-huh. You
Yes.
said that as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, did you say that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, you're good, you two, aren't they? The reason
And
I was
lower
so
temperature.
the
Yeah.
reason
Lower
yeah,
temperature.
low temperature and longer.
Mhm.
The reason I was so long, John was chatting to me. I think he completely forgot I was doing a live. He was asking me a million questions. And then I couldn't see the books in the cupboard and they were right under my nose.
And also, Carol, did you know that these are flour nails?
Yes.
We use these as well to bake
Yeah.
our cakes.
Yeah.
'Cause
I've never made a
yeah.
big enough cake to use one
It
yet.
serves as heat contactors.
Yeah.
So in your pan, just put it on the middle and then pour your batter
They're
afterwards.
perfect for big cakes, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I need to try that, because that's making a big cake makes me nervous.
Have you ever done like a super multi-tier cake?
Yeah.
How many layers?
5.
Wow.
Yeah. And I made it for a wedding present for a friend. You know when somebody invites you to their wedding and then then you ask them, what would you like for a present? And really you should
just
stupidly
okay.
say nothing. And so you get the wedding invitation and then you say, what would you like? Oh, could you make me a cake? So you've got in your mind 2 to 3 tiers.
You can't
They
say
come back
no.
with 5. Then they come back and say, can you do me a few cupcakes? Before you know it's 100.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it? Have you been there? How many else's?
Yeah.
Everybody else has been there. And before you know it, you really just wish you'd give them 150 quid and just gone to the wedding. In fact, you know what? Don't bother going to the wedding. I'll still give you 150 quid. There you go.
Well, I think it's
That's my
it's
standard.
always-
That's my standard presents. If you get married, you know that's what you're getting. Don't matter about whether the money's gone up and down. That's it.
I think it's always the case if they know that you make cakes
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
whatever occasion it is, they kind of like expecting that you will give them a
Yeah,
cake, right? Do you
exactly.
guys,
Yeah.
experience that as well?
I think that's
sure.
half our group. That
Yeah.
and you always feel obliged that you should as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is, and I've had this said to me before, you're making cakes and they go, oh, what a great job. I wish I could just stay at home and make cakes.
Yeah, because it's that easy.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier that the cake is kind of like really nice and soft. And so sometimes
And
this
flat.
this is a really good example because as you can see, as I was spreading the buttercream, because it's very crumbly, so obviously the crumbs are like falling apart. So
Go on, rub it in.
no, it's a good thing in a way because you know that the cake is like really nice and soft. But so this is also, I just wanted to point out that having again your buttercream in a piping bag helps you to control that, because when you spread it, because some people they just have the buttercream in a bowl and then they just apply.
Yeah.
So if your cake is very crumbly and soft, once you keep spreading it, before you even finish crumb coating it, it's just
Your
maybe
cake is half the size
half the
already.
size because of all the crumbs, right? So what you can do is you can make sure that you really put enough pressure and apply it onto the side. Okay.
I'm gonna use this color.
Yes, we are. So this is just your crumb coating, and crumb coating is.
Crumb coating is the really thin layer of buttercream that you cover your cake around to seal the crumbs.
Yeah.
When we started about,
It's funny that, because when I first heard that, I thought, what's crumb coating?
Yeah.
It was like some sort of...
do you know our first cake disaster story happened when we were started? I mean, when we were still babies in the cake industry. So we made a cake for a boy's birthday. He is our friend's son. So cake was absolutely fine. So it looked really good. But then again, when he was about to blow the candles off his cake, the back part of the cake fell apart. Because we didn't know about crumb coating. Yeah.
So we slapped on a thick
Thick
amount of
amount of
buttercream,
yeah.
and it just didn't really stick properly to the side of the
Buttercream
cake.
is heavy technically, so if you skip the crumb coating, it will just another cake disaster story.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so
Good thing good thing mom is our friend. So
Yeah.
and it was a gift.
There you go.
That's what I
Yeah.
say. Don't complain when it's a gift.
Yeah,
When they ask me for
absolutely.
design, I say, who said that?
Yeah.
You want a free cake, get what you're given, love.
But you want to design it as well.
You're having a free cake with nifty nozzles all over it.
Okay, so as you can see, I didn't really cover the top yet, but because I don't want it too thick, because we will put a lot of flowers in there, and because it's all going to be a different color as well. So
a lot
this
of
is
flowers. You said 3 flowers.
we'll see about that.
Tell you, it always
Okay,
changes
so-
on the night.
This is your crumb coating. Ideally, what you want to do next is to quickly put this in the fridge or in the freezer to set, so that when you apply your final coating or your final cover buttercream, it's not going to mix up, and then your crumbs is not going to mix up to the soft one. But I think we're just going to go with it.
Yeah.
You're being brave, aren't you? I was going to say, put it in the fridge
I
if
think
you
we're
want.
just going to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you are the type that could not sleep because of these lines here onto the side.
Yeah, you're a
pretty
bit
much-
OCD
Yeah,
about
that's
everything,
pretty much
aren't you?
like me.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and use your
She was
scraper.
stressing before because they only had a silver board.
Before we started, Carol gave us
She was
silver
obsessing
balls.
and stressing over the board.
I
so-
was like, this is just against what we tell you. Cover the board.
I could have put sugar paste on it for you though. You had to ask.
But we didn't have time. But yeah, guys, please always cover your board, or at least if you're not covering your board, get something which is like this one, colored
it gives the
already.
impression it's covered.
Yeah, because if it's just sorry if you do, sorry guys if you do, but then it just adds beauty to your cake. It looks more
Yeah.
professional.
Oh, it's more
overall.
pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since we don't work with fondant, what we usually cover our boards with is vinyl stickers.
Ah.
You can buy from Wilkinson, Amazon, eBay.
Yeah.
They're very, very cheap.
We sell contact boards.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Sugar and
I've
curry.
got
They're
one there.
beautiful.
But we've got like the wood effect, we've got silk
Absolutely.
effect,
There you go.
feathers.
Then use them because
So
it's
it's what they
just
call
pretty.
contact paper.
Yeah.
Contact
Yeah.
paper. Americans, they call it contact paper.
Right,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, we have them.
Okay, right. I'm just gonna brave it, wing
Actually-
it.
Actually, Valerie, it's also good.
I can't
that-
believe you're going to win it.
We'll see how it goes.
Also, guys, it's actually good that if you don't want to scrape your cake as well, because those extra crumbs, you know, it's actually good when you apply your final coating,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to skip this, I skip this when I do my cake.
But I just can't skip it. Okay, so it's going to be a tree stump. So we're gonna go with brown. So this one is light brown, and then we've got dark brown as well to just kind of like give a marbled effect.
Some
okay?
white, baby.
Yeah, and a little bit of white as well. Okay, so same principle as how you would apply. Do we have enough of this?
What colouring are you using? Are you using Wilton colours?
We use these ones are
Sugar flare.
Sugar flake.
Yeah, the sugar
So
flare.
just,
dark
I
brown.
brought in the Wilton colours knowing you two were coming.
but we do use Wilton colours
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, we love Wilton actually.
Okay, so there you go.
Sorry, squeaky chair.
Okay, and so same principle. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so up and down.
So while she's doing the cover of the cake, let me just show you our books.
Do you want to come over here? You
Yeah.
get in here. There you go.
So
These
here,
books are fabulous.
forget about Valerie.
And I've got them all.
Don't worry, guys. I will keep flicking backwards and forwards.
Plenty of cameras in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the first one. It's called the Contemporary Buttercream Bible. It has been translated to how many languages? 7.
Six.
Well, whatever, yeah. So 6 languages. First book. So this is for beginners. It has got about 40 projects. Very, very good one. And then our best-selling book ever. Second one is called 100 Buttercream Flowers.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, all your books are amazing.
Oh,
That's why
thank
I've got them all.
It has been translated to
Oh, 10.
10 languages. Yeah.
Mm.
And third one, Buttercream One Tier Wonders.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are scared of tiered cakes, big cakes, this is the book for you.
I think.
All
I
30
have.
cakes, just all single tier. And the most recent one is Buttercream Flowers for all seasons. So it's going to be winter, spring, summer, and fall themed cakes.
Look what I've got. It's
Ah!
very old now. It needs to go
Oh
in the
yeah.
bin. Very
That-
old. But that's in your book, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
This one. Look at
That is the exact cake shown.
It is
On this
literally
page.
the exact.
Wow.
turn
This
the other
is-
way
yeah.
around.
That
This
was
is the one that's in that picture,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That was the photographed cake.
Yeah.
That was the cake here.
And it's amazing. It needs to go in the bin now because it's sort of going off colour. But I just can't throw it away. How fabulous is that? And these cakes in the background as well, what the girls made for me. I'll show them to you afterwards.
Yeah, so in this book, so we did tiered cakes. So say this is the autumn cake. So we did tiered cakes. So just in case you're scared of doing tiered cakes, you're so very welcome. You can do a smaller version
Ah,
and cupcake version.
wonderful.
Okay, so you don't
Yeah,
have
We've
to
done it all for you. There's no
Yeah.
excuse now.
Fantastic.
Okay, so it seems okay. I've covered it.
That's it. Looks like one of my rustic looking cakes, isn't it?
That's it?
Are you copying my design?
Okay, so
I normally leave it at that level.
all right. So what I'm going to do now, I spread out the buttercream that I have applied onto this side. I'm just going to even it out lightly. So this is a plain edge scraper, and I'm gonna angle it at about 45 degrees. Put a little bit of pressure and then turn. Okay, we're not aiming for a super smooth and professional finish because we're going for a rustic one, but I just wanted to even out the thickness of the buttercreams.
Don't believe everything that she says.
Because I might end up making
Don't believe everything that she says, yeah? Trust me. When she
Alright,
says,
I
yeah,
need
it's
to
not
stop.
too professional.
I need to stop.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna put different color on top, so even it out a little bit. Right. So, and now this one is dark brown, right?
This
Dark
might
brown.
cute for you to add more colors.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so now it's even. I'm gonna add a little bit of the dark and light color. So this one is just more concentrated color. And make sure to space it out because it's such different color. You don't want to end up having too dark brown as your main base. And you're going to spread it anyway, so there. I'm happy with that.
Are you sure?
Maybe. You can add more if you like. So let us start. just to make sure, you know. Okay, so I'm going to.
Less is more.
Yes. Does not always apply to me. Okay, so and if you notice, I'm also going upward strokes, up down strokes, rather than random or circular because that's how a tree stump looks like.
Oh, doesn't that look good?
I think.
Just getting to see it here now. Looks good, that, doesn't it?
Does it look like a tree now?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Do you want to add some greens there as well?
A little bit. Okay.
See, I told you she's gonna add more.
Well, I did say start with tiny amounts and then build it up. Didn't I?
So well.
She's always got an answer, that Valerie.
I told you, don't trust everything that she
Okay.
says.
There you go.
A bit
And
of white.
then a little bit of white. Okay, so again, you go around. So it just adds.
So you guys, if you ever do want to come and meet Valerie and Christina, they are at Cake International like they are every year.
Yes.
But this year, you're doing your own show in Manila, aren't you? How
yeah.
exciting is that?
So-
And we were going to go, but unfortunately we can't now. But I intend for us to be there next year, so we will be there supporting you next year.
Thank
But
you.
how's it going? Because you've got a great lineup of people going, haven't you?
Yes,
Very good,
it's
yeah.
very, very exciting. We've got how many teachers?
14.
14 teachers.
Wow. International.
Zoe Hopkinson's coming, Dorothy
Dawn
Clark,
Butler,
Dawn
Rosie.
Butler, Versi Cake Diva's coming. We're bringing them all in Philippines.
Yeah,
So which is really good.
be
So,
fantastic.
It is.
I am sad we're not going, but I am sad we're not going really.
So it is Cake Fiesta Manila. It is the first ever international cake
Cake
bake
expo.
expo in the Philippines. They don't usually say show, cake show.
Yeah.
We
They're
say
used
we
in
call it
expo.
expo,
So
yeah.
we say cake expo.
Yeah, I thought that because they do that in Australia. They call it
Yes,
Expo as
yeah,
well,
Expo
don't
as
they? And
well.
I never get that. Do you?
We're just not
November
used
15 to 17, 2019.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing any
Manila,
lives from there?
Philippines.
You're going to be doing any
We
lives?
can, yeah,
yes.
we should
Yes,
actually.
we
Yeah,
will
you should
be.
share it. Let everybody see.
Yes, and we're very excited. Dorothy Clark.
We can sit
from-
here crying that we didn't go. Yeah.
Dorothy Clark from South
South
Africa.
Africa.
She's coming and she's doing a live build of like a native there, so which is really, really exciting. Okay, so there you go. I'm happy with
very
that.
good.
We can add a little bit of green as well,
I am the director of this project.
as you can see.
Just a tiny bit.
I know.
You know, like there's moss crawling on the bark of the
Yeah.
tree, so that's the effect that I wanted you to do.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so as you can see, I am not really blending the colors too much because, again, if you overdo it, you won't see the nice marbling color. So I think,
That's the type of effect I like.
It's
too.
amazing.
Isn't it?
but we're not done yet. Okay, so what we want is to basically decide to crust over or to dry up, and that means when you touch the surface, the buttercream does not stick to your fingers. So while we're waiting for this to crust, I'm gonna cover the top, and we're gonna use caramel. Very light caramel. This is how it looks like. Okay, and this time you shouldn't go over the sides. Okay, so but be very, very careful. There you go.
There it happened.
Okay. Right, so, and same principle, just spread out the top.
Well, we've got a fantastic audience watching. Everybody absolutely loves it. Lots of people who bought your books last time you were here. So all those people who've bought your books, do let everybody know how fabulous those books are, so you can let other people know as well. And do pop over to Valerie and Christina's website. I haven't got the books in stock, but Valerie and Christina have got them in. And what we sell here at Sugar and Crumbs of Valerie and Christina's is we sell the cake cloths, the flower nail holder, the smoothers, scrapers,
Yes.
whatever you want to call them. I always call them smoothers, but they're scrapers, aren't they?
yeah.
I know, I'm so bad, aren't I?
If you
So-
purchase £200 worth, you can get her for free.
Desperate to get rid of me.
£200 worth, you can buy me for free.
All you blokes out there.
But you gotta show me the ring first. I need to see the size.
Shows a big diamond one, like
Okay, so there you go. I've applied the cover on top, and I made sure that it does not go over to the side of the cake. So I'm not very worried that it's not even, because I actually wanted it textured. And to get, you know, the rings, they call the rings, right? I did get no, not that one. I did get, there you go, a fork. I got a fork. Ta-da!
She's totally
You can
fork.
use toothpick, or this one's easy.
This is how familiar we are here. Yeah. we know where
everything
the tools
is.
are.
There you go. So lightly scrape.
They say that you can determine the age of a certain tree
That's
Yeah.
by weight.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, clean from time to time.
So how old is your tree, Valerie?
Yeah.
Do you have
How
any
many
tree?
layers are you putting on?
This tree is quite old. Okay, so for the middle, I'm not too worried because that's where the flowers are going to sit.
You are surprising me with this one. You didn't tell me about these.
See, it's all impromptu. Okay, right. So I'm gonna touch the side and see if that
I want to
is-
touch also.
So buttercream does not stick to my fingers, so that means it's absolutely fine. Now, some people, what they want is after they applied and marble the colors, they use a scraper and lightly blend it even more. So if you want that, you can do that absolutely. But I'm not going to do that for now. I'm just going to go with this. And this time we're going to use our very own cake cloth. So this is the first ever food grade certified cake smoothing cloth for buttercream surface.
And they're amazing.
And they're also reusable, so you don't have to worry about. A lot of people ask, like, how many times can you use it? It does say in the packet that up to, say, 4 times, but seriously,
Or until it's ripped. But
yeah, up until it's ripped, you can still
Yeah.
use it. And Carol, did you know that these bags, because they're food grade, these are the same bags where you got your bags?
Oh, from our packaging
Yes,
from.
yes.
Right, yeah.
These are the
So you
same
can
bags.
recycle them.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, right, so.
again, guys, don't forget £200 worth purchase. Buy it for free.
Okay, so I'm just
I think it's a
going
bit
to.
unfair. You've been longer trying to get a bloke here, haven't you? I've seen that. They muscle straight in, don't they?
Taking
Not
all
been
my-
in here.
taking all the
You're
shine.
here every week hoping you're going to get lucky, aren't you? Eh? Frankie.
All right, so I am just going to put a
We
little
need to
bit
take
of
you
pressure.
out, don't we?
Oh, we're gonna go with you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm not going to completely flatten it, but just to kind of like just flatten a little bit. Okay, so there you go.
Just
Now,
a little bit.
obviously, if you are going to do like a smooth finish, then obviously you'll keep rubbing it. Okay.
Something like this one here. Shall we show this?
Yeah.
Just watch me
Oh, that's
pixie.
exactly how it would look
Take the
like.
pixie off.
Yeah.
Lay 'em down.
If it's marbled and smooth enough.
Now, how old are these cakes, girls? Do you remember you
God.
were
Is
doing
it about
these
3,
years
4
ago?
years,
That's
yes?
3 years?
Yeah, I think it's 3
Yeah.
years, yeah.
So if you want something as smooth as this, so it's a cake cloth as well.
Laura and Karen called me hoarders before, and they're right, aren't
Sorry,
they?
but
Get
yeah.
rid of them, come on.
Okay, right. So I know this is quite flat, okay? And you want to add a little bit of
Texture.
your texture. But isn't it that when you look at the tree stump, they've got very, very fine lines? And so instead of using the fork or toothpick and individually put the lines up, what we can do is, I'm just going to clean all around first before I do that. And this is maybe another tip for you guys. This is how we kind of like clean the bottom of the cake. Or sometimes we use the palette knife. But we go away. A lot of people, they go around and they end up scraping the side of the cake, right?
Like what you did on the
Like,
side.
oh, I was telling them that this is a good way.
No!
All right. Okay. I think that's fine. So from this, you want the fine lines, fine details. So what we're going to do is from this smooth cloth, we're going to crumple it a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. Okay, so because you can never get that random fine lines, so we basically are turning the cake cloth into an impression mat. So a texture cloth, I must say. There you go. Okay, so the more texture, the better.
It is, yeah.
Okay, right.
Oh, Christina, yeah.
You, Christina, you want to get rid of me. That kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so don't flatten it back again. So this is what you're going to use now to indent the texture onto your cake. And you can use like the tip of your fingers to kind of like put more dent. And
Not your long nails.
there you go. See?
Yeah.
You see the texture?
Yeah,
Does it show?
we can pick it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good.
You can see the lines and the tiny bumps all
That's
over
fantastic,
the...
isn't it?
Okay, so
I'm sat here with my gob shut for a change.
I know,
Amazed.
but this
Have
is
you
what
noticed this
happens. We get so like involved in what's going on, we forget we've got hundreds of people watching, and we've got comments and questions to go through.
Hello, are you guys still there?
Don't worry, we've still got an amazing audience. But this is what happens
look
when
at
we're
that.
so involved in what's going on. We're all sort of
I know,
sat
I
here
like
like, wow.
Can you guys see?
It's
That's
like our
really
own
good,
mini
doesn't it?
life just for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really pick that up on the camera. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
because when you search for a tree stump cake, it's very typical that they just put lines.
Yes, the
Yeah?
typical groove bark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that
So-
looks fantastic though,
This
doesn't
one
it?
is completely
And it
different.
looks very symmetrical, you know, just adding lines.
Yeah.
And a tree stump,
No.
you cannot see symmetry on those, so this is rather very random.
That's this year's Christmas cake sorted.
Yeah.
There you go. It could be one of your displays, Carol.
Pardon?
One of your displays at Cake International.
So just as a very quick reminder, if there's anything that you want to purchase tonight that's on the Facebook Live, so the cake cloths, the scrapers, and we've not yet got round to the flower nails or the holders, but we will touch on those shortly. And they're all available on the Sugar and Crumbs website. So head over to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk and everything can be purchased. You can search by brand, you can use a search bar at the top, or you can head over to Facebook Live must-haves, and everything is stored in the same place for you. So just a very quick recap, we've got Valerie and Christina here from the Queen of Hearts Couture Cakes. And this evening the girls are demoing for us, so they've been here all weekend doing classes at the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. We've kept them under lock and key in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen just one more time while they do a quick live for you this evening, which is very much appreciated. So we're doing at the moment, this is, was it an 8-inch cake that we've got? We've got 3 layers of the cake.
Four
4 layers.
Yeah.
And we've
3
covered-
layers.
3
Yeah.
layers, sorry. 3 layers of the
I was
cake.
going to say there was only 3. I
Three.
got out the
You've only
freezer.
got them 3. I don't know where the 4th's come from. And this is a woodland sort of themed cake. So at the moment, this is a tree stump with the bark effect. Multi-tones of the browns, the greens, the white, and then just gone over the top. So if you have missed any of the live already, just head over when we're finished, Facebook page, and it will be pinned to the top of the page for you. So you don't actually miss out. Everything is available on Catch Up.
There you go. So I'm going to turn the cake around.
See what I mean?
and
We're
see.
perfect. Have you got this yet, Karen? That was the second time she did it. She's going to give you 2 goes and then that's it.
I'll pat my bags now.
Okay, so to add a final touch onto the tree stump, sometimes you also see like I don't know how you call it, like grooves?
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. So if you want it very, very straight, then
You are studying.
I was actually guessing. Okay, so I'm going to indent again with my scraper. Not necessarily too straight.
Not too
can
heavy as well.
Yeah, I can angle it a little bit just so it kind of looks more natural. So something like that. There you go. Yeah. Or
Or
just.
you can use your finger.
Do you see that?
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
So see.
But this is what happens. It's such a simple technique, but it's knowing of how to do it
Yeah.
and thinking ahead. So it's just that extra bit of detail that makes such a huge difference to the overall appearance of the cake.
You're welcome, guys.
But this is what happens each time you've done a live for us. You kind of sit back and go, that's so obvious, but it's really not. And the techniques are fantastic.
It's again, there's a lot of people intimidated with buttercream because it's this, it melts and whatever. I think you should just get the right recipe for that, and our recipe is in all our books. We also have YouTube, we also have website. You can see that, and you can get have a go at doing it. We travel for teaching classes worldwide, and this buttercream never fails us. So if you worry that, it's so humid in my country, it's not going to work, then have a go at our buttercream recipe, and and I'm sure it's not going to fail you.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so I'm just basically
Just
using
one
my
more.
finger and one more. So this is how I was kind of like doing it.
It's really looking like a trunk, isn't it? Right?
Brilliant.
So flower wise, we are gonna do some daisies, some sunflowers, and magnolias.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
There you go. Okay, so ta-da! And that's everything for today.
That's it. Bye. Thank you for
Make your own
watching.
leaves.
Put leaves, or there you go, and you're done. Okay, so this is done. But before I leave everything else to Christina, okay, so we're going to do.
There we go. I'll just get rid of that bit of rubbish there. That's great. The only reason I'm saying get rid of it is that Christina is happily cleaning up all the other side.
She's always like that, and she
And I thought she's
will tell everyone, and this is how I clean up.
and she's going to watch the
Valerie's
live.
mess.
She's going to watch the live after and say it's so dirty on your side, Valerie.
I'm always like this. Cleaning.
Yeah, see, she just said to the whole world.
I didn't say that you don't clean.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do the maple leaves. Did you show them the one on the cake?
I did show the inspiration, but you can show it to them
Just
About
very
the end?
quickly. Okay.
Some at the end.
All right. So it is one of the cakes. There you go. Right. And if you can see, you see the maple leaves onto the side of the cake.
beautiful.
We're
Fantastic.
gonna do that. This is the smaller version. There you go. So we're gonna learn how to create those maple leaves that can be that can go onto the side of the cake, which is very pretty.
But we're changing the flowers.
Yes. Okay, so we are using Wilton 102. It's a very, very small petal tip. Okay, so it has got the wide end and the narrow end. And before I start piping them, I'm going to just marble the colors. So I've got here some red and then a little bit of orange. So when you put the red, make sure that is not too much, because otherwise you end up with just completely red leaves. And this is how I'm going to do it. So tiny, tiny. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. You guys see that? All right. And the rest would actually be just
Like a coral color.
yeah. What colors did you use to mix these?
I'm not going to tell everyone.
By the book.
That is orange, that is tangerine, and claret.
Ah, okay.
And also, guys, to achieve the red color, because it's really tricky to achieve the red color, yeah? You will agree with me. So whenever we mix our red, we mix three colors of equal parts. First would be pink, tangerine, and red. Again, pink, tangerine, and
Or
red
orange.
or orange.
Orange, yeah.
Mix those three colors and you're gonna get something like this good.
But I will tell you, if you use the Fractal Vivid Red, you'll get it straight away.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
You should get
Ah.
that.
We've done it on a live
Yeah.
Really?
to
You
prove
should
it.
get
Yeah.
that. Wow.
If you use the Fractal Vivid Red, you'll get it red.
Oh,
Straight
we're
away.
definitely going to
Because a lot of
give it
them you
try.
do have to mess about with and
Oh,
add a bit
yes.
of colours,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially how much buttercream did you
We always make a minimum of 500 grams anyhow,
Yeah.
don't we?
and still get
Wow.
instant
Yeah.
red?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Because the
definitely
tendency to
good.
use a lot of colors in some brands, it gets beta.
Yes.
And the good thing with Fractal, it's all suitable for all diets as well. So vegetarian, vegan, halal, kosher.
Non-GMO. That's nice. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, and I'm going to just hold both ends and then massage the bag a little bit just to kind of like marble the color. Okay, but don't overdo it because you don't want to end up again with just all red.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is fine. And there you go. This is how it looks like. Okay, now I don't know with you guys. Maybe some of you are really good in drawing. You can see the image that you wanted to do. For me, I can't. I have to print it out because otherwise I cannot.
That one, trust her.
I cannot imagine.
I know
it's
must admit, I
leaf.
was looking at you there with your transfer.
Yeah, I know it's leaf, but it's so pretty in my head. But once I try and do it, it just does not happen.
It's
So
gonna look like a grass.
so if you're like me, then you just print it out.
Yeah.
Solve problem, print it out.
Saves a lot of hassle.
Yeah. Okay, so maple leaves, it's so easy. Find an image and then print it out. And as you can see, we just resized so that we can play around with the dimension and size as well. And all you have to do is cut some parchment papers or baking sheet, small squares. Okay, so obviously this one is good for that. I'm going to do the middle one. Okay, right, so when you are going to use the Wilton 102 or any petal tip, always make sure that the wide end is at the bottom, okay? So we're going to start, I need to zoom in on this one. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna start with this left part of the leaf, okay? And then it's pretty much flat onto the surface of your, whatever you're working on, to the
Of
paper,
parchment paper.
of your parchment paper, okay?
It's fit in the brands. I'm gonna help
And-
you because
yeah,
it's turning.
okay. And all you have to do is go back and forth as you squeeze. Let me squeeze out so that it comes out with nice color. There you go.
So basically, you work on one side of the leaf first.
There. And
You're always so lovely and neat, you two, aren't you? Me, I'd have had it slapped everywhere by now.
Paper would be off the side, everything.
Upside down.
Buttercream would be all over my hands.
okay, and another tip, guys, because this is marbled, so sometimes like see a little bit of the red came
Yeah.
out already. If you wanted to change that, you can turn your piping tip.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Just so it doesn't look same color all the way.
Sorry for that.
Sorry, it keeps turning. There you go. And the last bit.
That's
There
amazing.
you go.
Absolutely amazing.
How easy was that?
Looks fantastic.
No, it's easy for you.
It's flat, going back and forth,
Yeah.
following each section of the maple leaf. There you go. And then this now goes to a board.
With all the ones you did earlier.
Yep.
Look at them.
So we just did different sizes of your maple leaves.
Yep.
They're
Okay.
beautiful.
And this is a good way of piping your details so that you don't have to pipe straight onto the cake. Because piping straight, especially onto the side of the cake, if you're a beginner, it could be tricky.
Yeah.
So piping flat is much easier, and this is how you should do it. Okay? So I am going to...
Do you want me to put that in the freezer?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Put it in the freezer. Thank you.
Right. So while we are
Oh,
waiting
right.
for those maple leaves to be frozen, how long should it stay in the freezer?
Just very quickly.
It's
So
very
you have to do this very quickly too.
Literally, yeah, a couple of minutes because
Yeah.
they're actually quite thin in terms of the amount of
Yes.
buttercream that you've used, aren't they? So,
So
Yeah.
it goes the same way for all your flowers. Say you're doing your roses and you wanted to freeze those flowers, please don't let them stay in your freezer for far too long. Because in the freezer, it's really, really cold. Then when you take it outside, that's when condensation happens. Alright, so if you're going to ask us how long do you keep it in the freezer? About 5-10 minutes max.
Yeah.
And you only put it in the freezer when you are about to use it. What are you doing in my cake?
I'm good. Carry on, carry on.
I was supposed to do the flowers.
Carry
What
on.
are you doing?
She loves all the limelight.
She
doesn't
just, no, she
You
just can't
stand there and
stop.
clean
I
up.
was not even saying anything.
She just wouldn't stop. But anyway, thank you.
Carry on.
Okay, so before we do the flowers, as I've said earlier, we'll do magnolias, daisies, and sunflowers.
Yeah.
Let's start with the leaves. So,
Our audience love doing leaves.
yeah.
Yes,
we've got
that's my favorite thing to do.
So, shall we show here?
wherever you
That's
want
alright.
to show.
We have some
I will
very
go.
Oh, this is
interesting
easier.
leaves.
Yeah?
Yep.
So for the leaves, we're using Wilton 352. So it's like a letter V nozzle. Okay?
That's it.
So whenever you are using this nozzle, one of the points has to be touching the surface of your cake or your cupcake and the other one pointing up. It's never
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Or as my 9-year-old nephew said, it's like a crocodile.
Yeah. Like
Yeah?
a mouth, we
Yeah?
say that.
So it's like a crocodile. So that's how you should use it. Now tell me.
I
if
normally got the big girl. The big knob.
Right, so tell me if this is you. You do your leaves and then you do that.
Yeah. we get that all the time.
That's how they are.
Or that.
Yeah. Ours get better than dangling them over the side.
Yeah, like this over the
I
top of the cake.
spend my life showing them how to do it. In fact, I think it was you two girls who showed me how to do
yeah,
it. Probably,
in
yeah.
Queensland, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. When I came to see you in Australia, that
Yeah.
class there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so the only secret when you are doing leaves is it has to have a really good base so that it holds its shape. Okay, so angle it on a 20-30 degrees. Okay, and then you squeeze as you slowly pull away. Alright, so again, squeeze, slowly pull away. So as you can see that there is a good base. So that this one here, even if you shake it, don't fall. Even if you shake it, it's not gonna fall off. Okay? So let's carry on with the cake.
Yeah.
Which ones do we do first?
Well, the leaves. But I actually wanted to do the leaves, but you can do the leaves.
See? Now I'm gonna do a couple of leaves.
Okay, don't
You
finish
can finish it off, yeah. She's addicted to adding
I
leaves.
love the
Did you
leaves.
see the face when she said that? Yeah. But I have to do the leaves first because on some occasions or on most flowers, you will have to do the leaves first before the actual flower. Because what happens is, say a sunflower, it gets a bit too big. Later on, it's going to be difficult to squeeze in the leaves. So you might as well want to squeeze some of the leaves first, then the flower afterwards.
Yes. This is your sunflower. And you can...
Yeah, let's do the daisy
whatever.
first. Yeah, I'm gonna do the sunflower last. So just a couple. I wanted to save some spaces for Valerie.
I know she's dying to get in there, isn't she?
So it's continuously squeezing and slowly pulling. That's the secret.
I did say that. Yeah. Now let's do the daisy first.
Do you want to take this away?
No, it's alright. That's fine. Thank you. Actually, move it down. She's so nice today. Why are you being nice today?
I'm always
She's opened some bloke out there. You offered her cheap for 200 quid. I mean, they've got to buy a diamond ring as well, of course, but she's got to show my best bits.
So we are going to do daisy first. So we are using Wilton 103. So it's a slightly bigger nozzle, bigger size as to what Valerie used for the maple leaves. So it's like a petal shaped nozzle. Now when we are going to do the daisy using this nozzle, you wanted to hold it completely flat. I don't want to damage her cake. Sorry.
There you go.
So she's right after all. She needs to move the cake.
Yeah.
Right, so to do the daisy, completely flat. Okay? But to make your life easier, what you wanted to do is you wanted to create a small guide. Okay?
Yep.
Because on that guide is where you're going to start piping your daisies. Because the tendency is if you start right on the center gets really blobby. It gets really thick. So what you wanted to do is you want to start on this side and then you wanted to squeeze, stop, down. Squeeze up, down. Again, squeeze up, down, squeeze up, down, squeeze up, down, and just go all the way around. Try not to do it like that because you might lose the shape of your flower. So please be patient and do one petal at a time.
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Beautiful.
Alright, so this flower here, we're not going to freeze it.
No. Do it here.
You can do it straight onto the cake.
We didn't chill it when we crumb coated it, so we cannot freeze it. So let's do it straight on.
There you go.
Which one? Sorry.
So it doesn't keep turning.
Okay. We should work as a team, you know?
Sometimes it works, sometimes, you know.
How long have we known each other for?
I don't know how long have you known
About
each
2
other?
weeks ago.
Do you know what? I was coming back to the UK and then I saw this girl in the corner at the airport looking so sad, no friends whatsoever. So I thought, hey, you know, you okay?
See, I told you I'm a lot nicer than her. We've been friends from the Philippines, back in the Philippines. I adopted her because
We've got two completely different stories.
But you came over here to be nurses first,
Yes.
didn't you?
Yes.
And then tell them the story about how you came into cake decorating.
It was an accident. So basically, both of our families are still back in the Philippines.
Hi mom, hi dad.
Hi mom, hi dad. Christina's dad and mom, they are definitely watching right
Who
now.
comes to the shows with you? Which parents is it? I've seen that
Both,
shows.
both.
It's both parents
Yes,
is it that come,
yes. But they can't be here together because that will be so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So a year would be Christina's family and then another year would be my family. But they've been to a cake show.
Yeah.
And when they first...
You forget to hold it.
Oh, sorry. And when they first seen us doing a live demo, after that they cried.
Oh.
They couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
Because obviously before we were like nurses and this is something completely different.
Yeah.
So
They
yeah.
can't believe that we are actually good girls and doing something good with our lives. That's the point.
So when we came about into cakes, it was an accident. We basically just want to give our two good friends a gift on Mother's Day because they're really close to us and they kind of like our family here in the UK. So that was really it. And the first year that we knew them, it was just a bouquet of flowers and a card. And then the following year we thought, let's give them something special.
Dramatic.
Yeah, something special, more than a bouquet of flower and a card. And one of them, she loves the red velvet cupcakes. And we thought, well, a lot of people are baking, home baking. So we thought, how hard could it be? And
Don't do that bit yet. Go on.
And that's just how it all started. And then the decorating part, we didn't know anything. But when we looked at YouTube, it was all fondant, cotton, whatever. I was like, what is it? We don't know anything about it. So until we found a sunflower cupcake
Which we're gonna do
tutorial.
today,
Yes, and so that was the end of the story.
And there you are.
That was it.
You gave up nursing and started doing this full time.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
And then ended up traveling and teaching.
And you go all over the world, you two. You're everywhere,
And I'm
aren't you?
so stuck with her.
Does not have any choice now.
Yeah.
Stuck with me.
Everywhere. Right, so what's this bit you're going to do in the middle?
All right, so for the center, because if you think of a daisy, the center is quite domey, isn't it? So it's either you do the center first and then do dots all around it, or you can leave it as it is. But
You are really going to put all dots there.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Why don't you do like just the squeeze and continuously up and down textured?
Because I'm
Because it's her flower.
Oh yeah, that's her flower. I should shut up, really.
And then
Not
you
your
can-
flower, Valerie.
This is my flower.
Listen,
this
you
time.
did the wood effect.
I should shut up. Okay.
Then you can add more greens. Ah, you didn't know
I-
that I'm gonna do
I
this.
didn't know.
I know you wanted to do it. It's okay. I'm going to leave the leaves to you and the maple.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, you can carry on with your story.
No, just another going back to the flower. Again, you've seen how we did with the maple leaves with the small paper, the baking sheet.
Yeah.
You can do it absolutely the same with this flower. If you think that piping directly onto the cake could be scary for you, so it's always easy to pipe it on a flat surface and a small thing, which is the flower nail, that you can easily turn. So you can always practice on that, and then to use the small parchment paper squares, just squeeze a little bit of buttercream onto the flower nail and put that paper on, and then you pipe onto that. And the whole thing, including the small paper, goes onto a board, and the board goes into the freezer. There you go.
Fantastic. It's looking good, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Okay, so
Fantastic.
did you like my daisies?
Love it.
Yeah. She said, do
Well
one daisy,
done.
do one daisy, do one daisy.
My only thing is, I always thought daisies were white.
Well, they
autumn
are.
colours, yeah.
It's a fantasy
Daisy.
daisy.
We were googling earlier.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there are something similar. I
Well,
don't
we
know
are,
if
we
they're
all saying the
daisies.
same. Innit? I always thought they were white. But anyhow, it's nice.
Yeah.
Mums.
No, it looks daisy.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, I can
petals-
understand what you mean. That all the petals are exactly like a daisy, aren't they?
There you go.
Perfect.
So it's kind of like daisy-like flowers. There you go.
It's a fantasy daisy.
Fantasy daisy.
Yeah.
Okay, so forget about the daisy now. We'll do the magnolias. So for the magnolia, it's going to be like a variation of your daisy. Is it like a variation?
Which camera do you want this under?
Wherever they go, I go.
Yeah.
You're getting nice.
So
Yeah.
can you move it just on the side again?
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Just quickly. So for the petals of your magnolia,
You're on the right
instead
one.
of holding it too flat, you hold it 20-30 degrees angle this time. And instead of doing up and down motion, you wanted to move it around. Okay?
Yep.
And then your second petal, slightly overlapping. Then third petal, and so on, and so forth. Alright? Then you can do another
Fantastic.
layer
Yeah.
or another layer. Alright, so let's do it on our cake. Do you want to do the leaves first?
She's dying to get in, isn't she?
I was actually trying to see if I can sneak my hand.
This is what friendship is all about. Give and take. What are you going to give me?
A space.
Okay,
Is that okay?
you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
She's got your
happy,
little
yeah?
fix that. Needs relief.
So let's do, well, this is actually a good tip as well. Just to make sure that your flower is going to be round, you can draw a guide. Okay?
Yeah.
So at least it's going to be a round flower. And first petal. And then just go on and on.
Sorry, it's behind, guys.
Oh
It's
yes,
just
see how
hard
we
to
can
hide.
do that now.
Yeah, it's
How can
going
we
to-
do that?
It's okay.
Try
So can you do
doing
it on
that
that angle?
I'm gonna try.
Can you
If
get it
it
that way?
doesn't look like a magnolia, then
It's another fantasy flower.
Yeah. I don't care me as long as
There
they
you
look like
go.
flowers.
and do another layer. This is not the easiest position, but
No, we
No.
know. Sorry.
but that's why
we
we're
do it
here. That's why we're here.
Move,
Yeah.
move on to this side.
Yeah.
There you go. And back that side.
Do you want me to use my left hand now?
Sorry.
I think she's just teasing me.
No, carry on.
Are you just
We're
teasing
making sure
me
we get it
now?
all in the camera. Well done, Valerie, for getting to do that.
Well, you cannot do this, Valerie, because it's really high. You cannot see that. You cannot see it if it's going to be your flower.
I'm not going to say anything anymore.
And then obviously, as you progress to the center, your petals are
you
going to
catch
become
that?
shorter.
Yeah.
Just one.
Oh, sorry.
And then for the center, we're going to use a black colored
No,
Buttercream.
yellow. Use yellow.
Yellow first. Yellow spice and dust. She said yellow.
And then brown center.
I just love watching them being made.
It's amazing. How it's just incredible how it comes together.
So then one center. Ta-da!
Can I do the sunflower?
Fantastic.
Can I do the sunflower?
Go for it.
Yeah. Do the leaves of the sunflower.
I will do that. Did you see her face? I will do that. Oops.
Do you know Valerie? I call her human emoji. She has expressions for everything.
Everything.
Yeah? And she's funny enough and cute enough. She's not aware of it.
I don't know
Human
what you're
emoji.
talking about.
Can I have my turn now? I think sunflower
Get
is
off,
okay.
Valerie.
Okay, carry on.
Right. So the sunflower is the same principle as how you have done. We have done all the leaves. But then again, just draw the guide. So 3, 5, 2 again, same principle. Only this time, you wanted your petals to be
Really nice.
right
isn't it?
next to each other. You wanted the petals to be tight. Because if you think of a sunflower, it has got loads of petals.
Yeah.
This is not an easy position, but
Just try and come back.
Oops.
Can you do your manoeuvre?
There you go.
again, this is not for Valerie. She's not going to be able to
I
see
won't be
it.
able to see it, so
That's good. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, if your flowers are, are kind of overlapping, then the better it is.
Yeah.
It looks more natural. So just 2 layers maybe. Try to make sure that your petals are the same size. Try.
some people make it as it goes inner to the center. They make the petals smaller.
Yeah.
So if that's the style that you're aiming for, that's absolutely fine as well. But make sure that you make a big sunflower because they're typically big anyway.
And then of course your centers. So for the center, you would want to feel the center first because it's kind of deep.
Yeah.
And then just do your dots.
Or another option for the centers, if you got brown chocolate sprinkles, or what are called those tiny
Little pearls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Non-pearl,
use that as
yeah.
you can use that as well. Or Oreo cookies, the small Oreo cookies.
yeah.
But if you're going to go for the Oreo cookies, you want to put a blob of buttercream, stick that Oreo cookie already, and then build the petals around it. So you don't do the petals and then stick
then
that.
stick it in.
Yeah. That looks beautiful.
Valerie,
Fantastic.
how many emotions can you do in 10 seconds?
Oh, stop it! Shall I get the making
yes,
leaves?
please, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm
carry
just
on.
going to fill some spaces that Valerie forgot to add leaves. Did I?
No. Okay, and these are definitely ready
How can you tell they're definitely ready?
because they're hard enough.
I
They're hard enough.
actually like these the white
Yeah,
spots.
I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now so they are hard enough, but you have to work very, very quickly because they're thin and they would melt very quickly. And also be very careful in trying to take the peel the paper off because they might
How good
break.
that looks, doesn't it?
I don't want to do this.
I'm just going to put randomly and some of the smaller ones.
I'm gonna try and peel one of them. If it breaks, this is what
Then
not
leave
to
it
do.
leave it to me.
If it breaks, then that is what not to do.
So I'm not gonna. There you go. Thank you. I'm going to put somewhere onto the side. Put a blob of buttercream there.
Someone's so brave.
There. maybe I'll put the smaller ones onto the side and the slightly bigger ones onto the top, just because of gravity.
Gravity is?
Gravity is when things fall.
Because there's no gravity.
They're heavy. Stop it, Christina.
But everybody's absolutely loving
Yeah.
this. I tell you, I think
So
they're all,
it's
they love
absolutely
it.
stunning. Yeah, we've got
Yay.
stunning, so effective, beautiful.
And believe it or not, guys, we just prepared the colors and we just conceptualized everything like literally an hour ago.
Yeah.
And you can just put them randomly. Okay, let's brave and put a big one onto the side. Somewhere here. This is so confusing.
Yeah, you need to do that front. Show that camera there, over there.
It's okay. Yep, we're on the
Got
side.
it?
There you
Yeah.
go.
I just broke one. That's what
Oh,
she's gonna hide it.
There you go. And
She just put it on my sunflower. I think you will have to cover this bit there.
that's fine. And a little bit more. Oh,
This
whoa.
looks a bit awkward now.
1 second.
One more.
Okay.
fantastic.
You don't have to put everything, but
If your name is
if your
Valerie.
name is Valerie,
I was going to say, I would waste a minute.
Yay.
Yay!
I didn't put anything in the
Yay.
back, but yes. there you go.
Absolutely fantastic.
And 1 second.
Go on then.
Oh,
Final, I guess. What's the red one? Okay, and
Are you
this is
sure this is the final?
yeah,
Final.
final.
Let's do some
Like berries,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're very, very easy. And we don't typically use a piping tip. It's just our thin piping bag. You have this
Yeah,
on your website,
we
right?
do.
So the thin piping bags are very good for fine details. If you want to use a piping tip, you can use number 2 or 3, I guess. But if it's the seamless bag, you can just cut however big you like the tip to be.
Yep.
And I'm just going to keep squeezing and build up. So this is called pressure piping. So you want to cluster a little bit.
Doesn't that red pull it together?
Yeah.
And look
Yeah.
at it. Beautiful, that colour.
They're gorgeous autumn colours, those.
I'm very intrigued about the fractal color.
Yeah.
We'll
You'll have to try
definitely
it.
going
Yeah.
to try that. 'Cause especially and that is the reason why sometimes when we have a class project, we avoid red in the project because it just, it's so hard to get red. Okay, well, someone has to stop me again because otherwise it's just going, see, that's Christina's like, stop now.
Done.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Well done,
It was
girls.
amazing.
Fantastic. Didn't they do well? Fantastic. I tell you, I just love watching them. And seriously, if you're going to Cake International, do pop over and say hello to the girls because they are fantastic. Always friendly, always smiling. And then all the times I've known these girls, I've never seen them sad, which is great. And always smiling, absolutely. So Christina told you about the books. I don't sell the books myself, but you can get them direct off the girls' website, which is Queen of Hearts Couture Cakes. There's 4 books, okay, and they are fabulous. And I think you brought them. Did you bring out one every year, did you, at first? Was it one per year?
This is the
This
latest
year.
one.
Yeah.
Last
Yes,
year.
that was last year.
But if you haven't got them, buy them. Loads of hints and tips. Their recipe is great as well. And they do make beautiful cupcakes. And over the weekend, we made these beautiful cupcakes. Well, we didn't make these. These are mine from last
These
year.
are the demo ones.
But
Yes.
made beautiful cupcakes like these. Can you see them?
No.
Up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So if you can ever get on a class with Valerie and Christina, you want to get on one. I had to go to Australia to get onto a class with them. Do you remember that? Yeah, I was visiting my daughter. In fact, we were doing a cake show in Australia, and I didn't really know the girls then. I didn't really know the girls very well then, and we were there exhibiting Sugar and Crumbs. And then I went to visit my daughter, and I saw that they were there, and I was like, right, I'm going on that class. And I tried to get hold of them in London, but you never really hear. You're always all over the place.
Yeah.
India, Dubai,
We actually
Malaysia.
usually just do our classes with you
Yes.
or Zoe's,
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's it,
really.
you got
we
that,
we
yeah.
always forget
Yeah.
about London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always forget about London. Their cake cloths are fantastic. I know they showed you this rippled effect, but for smoothing, and so many of you already said tonight, if you've got these cloths, they are amazing. Perfect for smoothing as well. Really nice effect, and they've also given you another effect today. The nails, you've seen me use the nails many times here on the Sugar and Crumbs Lives. These are fantastic. I
Well
love the
done,
little
Carol.
holder.
You
I
didn't say
do.
pins.
Calling them pins all
Yeah.
weekend. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
They are flower nails. It got there in the end,
Yeah.
didn't it? Yeah, there you go. And just to finish off, remember the new Karen Davies molds? We're going to be over there next week. There's going to be Laura, Maria, and myself. Probably Karen's going to come over as well. She looked a bit surprised when I told her she was coming also. But these molds, so Karen will be demoing them. So if you want to have them ready for when she does the demo, I would grab them now. So there's 5 of them. They're on the website. They're ready for you to buy. They are selling well. We released them today. So grab them as fast as you can. Also, we've got some tickets for Cake and Bake. So if you want to win some tickets for Cake and Bake or Cake International, okay, I think I've got 10 tickets for Cake International,
Wow.
20 tickets for Cake and Bake. Share this live, and if you share this live and comment that you would like to win, okay? But only ask for the tickets if you can go, all right? So there's no point asking for them. Share, please share this live. That would be fantastic. Share the live, but if you want to win, say I'd like to win, and then we'll just have a look at those people who want to win. But otherwise,
No, you
share away.
have to say, you share it first, and then
Yeah.
you say, I want to win the ticket, and
Yeah.
because we love Valerie and Christina.
Ah, absolutely.
But I like Christina more.
And then don't forget your cake decoration sugar craft magazine. We're going to be in the next 3 episodes, 3 centre pages. I don't know whether we got the centre
Wow.
page. So no, we've got a double. It don't matter which way I say this, does it?
It doesn't sound good either
We've got
way.
2 pages in the magazine. So
spread.
yeah, and we're in there for October, November, December. We're also going to be doing some Facebook Lives on their page as well. I'm going to let you know in advance for them. You can also subscribe to them if you want, and if you subscribe now, I think the link will be at the top of the page here. If it's not, I will put it up. Because Maria's on holiday, all things get done.
Yep.
But I'll put it on later. But having said that, if you go to our website and go to shop, drop down and shop, it's there. It will take you to the link and you can subscribe there. So it's all nice and easy. And then what I do want you to do, I want you to give a massive big load of love hearts and appreciation for Valerie and Christina.
Yep.
We're very grateful they're here in the kitchen. What's that?
Hot!
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
This K-pop.
I don't know, we're not...
K-pop.
And just a quick shout out as well for those people in the Philippines who are coming to the cake show, Cake Festa Manila, November 15 to 17. And we are actually bringing Karen Davis molds with us. Yes,
yeah,
we
you're taking
are.
them with you,
Yes,
are
we
you?
are.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Good.
So
Will you
yes,
be able to
they
get
will be
them there?
available. Not really sure with the new ones, but we've taken loads of
Designs.
beautiful designs with us. I'm
Yeah.
going to be hand carrying them, so but I'm not going to pre-sell
How many
them.
suitcases are you going to be carrying?
Oh,
you?
a lot.
A lot.
Right. Crikey.
Wow.
So anyhow, but the girls have got their own show in Manila in November, which is going to be an amazing show, and hopefully they do some lives for us so we get a sneak peek as well. I want to say thank you to Laura and Karen in the kitchen. We've had no Maria and Shelley today, so Laura's really had to be hot on the cameras to get everything she can. I think she's made Karen dizzy.
God, I know.
And she's had to be hot on everything because she wants to get every angle, because Maria said when she comes back off holiday she'll try and make some videos from that, providing Laura's managed to get everything. Pressure. Karen's in the kitchen as well. So, is there anything you want to shout out, Laura?
I just want to do a really quick recap. It's been really busy on comments this evening, so we will catch up with any questions that we've missed tomorrow. So please bear with us. For anything that you want to purchase this evening, I forgot before, we've also got the piping bags as well from the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
So they're all on the website. The scraper, the flower nail holder, the cake cloths. Head over to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk and you can find everything there. You can either shop by brand, use the search bar, or you can go to the Facebook Live must-have section. If you have missed any of the live this evening, or you do want to recap, then just head over to Facebook when we're finished and it will be pinned to the top of the page for you. So I hope you've all enjoyed it. It's been a brilliant audience tonight. People have absolutely loved it, and we've got some amazing comments. So thank you very much. It's been much appreciated, girls.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, good. And thank you, guys. And we will see you on Thursday with Marion Frost. So we've got Marion Frost in the kitchen on Thursday. She'll be over here with Patchwork Cutters, and she's going to do those sugar flowers for you. So do you remember when she was here last time and I was trying to get her to stay and you all wanted to do those sugar flowers? Well, she'll be here in the kitchen on Thursday, and then on Monday we're going over to Karen Daly's studio and we're going to do the live from the studio. So we're a very busy week.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. We'll see you then.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.